next.
And this is just to give you an idea, guys, here and like what you could do. This is a half-star program, and we're doing a rebuild on it. And we would have had even more guys if week 6 didn't happen. You got to watch this rebuild. Week 6 will haunt me forever. I'll hate you week 6. But we ended up getting 6 4-stars and 18 3-stars, and we're keeping up with the best of them. Welcome to T4G Sports. Today we're going to talk about scheduling visits and how you guys can utilize the hell out of scheduling visits, even if you're a crappy program. Like we did in our last video, we showed you guys how to conquer recruiting with like a no-star school. And we're also doing a rebuild on it. And scheduling visits can really be a perfect way to even the playing field, even if you're not good. It can also be a way to overpower it if you are a good program. So without further ado, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, click the notification bell. Let's jump into it. So visits changed a lot in college football 26. You could schedule more visits, and visits cost change dependent on the location. The proximity to where you are located will change the visit cost. You can see I scheduled this guy and I already did it, but it was only 15 hours because he's in Tennessee and I'm in Ohio. Okay. And that is a huge thing because that means you could go within your own backyard, and it's smart to go within your own backyard because you're going to be able to build up a lot more players in even just close by states that you can schedule for visits really, really easy. So even if you're a half-star program, you could still go after really good players if you do it properly. Another thing is a little tip here. Let's say you're getting a big offensive line class. You got 2 tackles, you're going 2 guards and 2 centers, right? You're going 6, which isn't that crazy, but let's say you're doing that. When you schedule the visits, the way you're going to want to do it is you're going to want to schedule, like, let's say a right tackle with the top guard with the top center. Do it in waves, okay? Because then the next group, you're going to schedule the second one, then the next one, and then the next one, okay? And that way they're not all scheduled together and they're not competing, because if I schedule both the same position together, they're obviously not going to like that, right? But you can trick the system just by doing it, a week apart and, still getting the most out of it. The other thing is when scheduling a visit, you don't want to wait too long just to get complimentary visits if you have close competition. So if I have where there's a lot of people bidding on a player, like even like this guy here, if there's a lot of people bidding on this guy, I'm not going to wait to schedule a visit because Georgia Tech is, they're up my backside. Another thing too, a quick little note here, look at the deal breaker. You don't always have to have everything unlocked on the right side of your screen there, okay? Because the deal breaker will tell you a cheat sheet. There's times where you look at the deal breaker and it'll tell you what it is, and then you'll scroll to the right, and there will be a question mark where the proximity to home is. Now, I know it's proximity to home here because you can see the check mark, but even if there wasn't a check mark, if I went over to the deal breaker here and saw that, I would know that that's clearly something he is incredibly interested in. So when I scheduled this guy for a visit, which I just did, I got 50 hours, okay? So a simple trick here. Like, let's say I'm going after some of these other guys. Like these guys, I'm giving them 10 hours. I'm not giving them too much. I'm just trying to nickel and dime my way to the very top. You could see here, Miami of Ohio is going after this guy. Fine, it is what it is. Can't really stop that. So I'm going to pull those hours away from that because I know I really, truly can't compete at this moment in time. And I could look for hours elsewhere because you're going to want to pull hours away from guys that are more safe. Okay, so I can see I have another guy there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull hours away from him, right? This guy's a little bit further, but it is what it is. And then I'll go for playing style and add that up. Boom. Good enough for me. And I don't have any direct competition right at this moment in time. So I know with this guy I have direct competition. Okay, so I need to find some more hours here. So I'm going to pull the hours off of this guy because I could schedule almost all of these guys together at the same time. So this is how I am going to take a 1-star program, because I just made them a 1-star program, and I'm going to get a fantastic recruiting class, I'm also doing a rebuild with this as well. So make sure to go watch this rebuild, because I got like a couple more years left in this rebuild, trying to bring him to glory. This team's been hard. We were a 0-star program at one point in time, and it was really rough. So I got to come up with more hours here. I only need 5 more hours, which isn't that bad at all. And I'm sure I got the hours somewhere on one of these guys. Yeah, I got it on this guy. So this is where scheduling visits can just be an absolute manimal. And I can't schedule a visit on this one. I already have 4 players scheduled, which sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But this is how you conquer scheduling visits. Very simple. Don't overthink it. You could go close in your backyard, but you can utilize this strategy. That's what's beautiful, is even if you're a half-star program. I showed you how to have a great recruiting class by not even going through this. Okay, but if you now take the content that we gave you before and you take this new section of content, you could do a complete rebuild where you're staying close to home and you just go to surrounding states, and you could end up having a monster of a team. And it's all about when you apply the hours, when you schedule the visits. Obviously, you want to win, because if you win, you get the bonuses. If you don't, you're SOL. But if you do this properly, it just becomes very, very easy. Okay, so utilize scheduling visits, because they've been better than they've ever been before. And this is just to give you an idea, guys, here on like what you could do. This is a half-star program, and we're doing a rebuild on it. And we would have had even more guys if week 6 didn't happen. You got to watch this rebuild. Week 6 will haunt me forever. I hate you, week 6. But we ended up getting 6 4-stars and 18 3-stars, and we're keeping up with the best of them. If you can do this with a half-star program, and we could have even have done better. I just got to reiterate that. But week 6 was a demon. So aside from that, yeah, not bad. But utilize this stuff, guys. Utilize the tips we already given you. Utilize the scheduling visits tool, because you can crush it with very little points.